Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Daniel bin Hamidun. I'm from class IC 1105DA. My student ID is 2019437314. I will begin this presentation with the introduction first. Based on Surah Al-Baqarah verse number 43, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa aqimus salata wa atuz zakah warka'u ma'ar raki'in, which means establish prayer and dispense zakah and bow in worship with those who bow. So based on the verse that I have read just now, we can found that zakat is an obligation, same as the 5 times prayer that we do every day. Zakat is stated in the 5 pillars of Islam. So we all know that if we abandon even one of the 5 pillars of Islam, it will be a major sin, a big sin for Muslims. Moving on to the next point, zakat is literally means growth, blessings, and commendable. It is a form of charity and donation. However, we should know the differences between zakat and sadaqah. Zakat is actually an obligatory charity, while sadaqah, it is not an obligatory charity. It is a voluntary charity. So that is the basic concept of zakat. So with this presentation, we can go further to the management of zakat, to the management of collection and distribution of zakat in Malaysia. Obligatory property in zakat. Basically, zakat has 2 categories, which are zakat fitrah and also zakat al-mal. So the topic that we are going to discuss here is zakat al-mal. Zakat al-mal. Al-mal means property. So there are 8 classification of zakat al-mal. So firstly is income zakat. Income is basically, we know that when we work, when we have a job, we earn our salary. So with the salary, we are obliged to pay our zakat, usually around 2.5%. So it can be counted either monthly or annually. Because income is an asset that can grow in high value, especially for people who have with professional job with high salary. So they must pay the income zakat. Second is business zakat. Business zakat is taken from the business revenue from the operation of selling goods or even servicing. They have to pay the zakat if they met the terms and condition. The third is saving zakat. Saving zakat is when you keep your money into a saving account, any kinds of saving account, under the custody of bank. So when the amount in your account has exceed the limit, the nisab, you have to pay the saving zakat. The fourth is KWSP or EPF zakat. KWSP is a retirement plan for people. It is actually a retirement saving plan that holds our money, and the concept here is actually same as the saving zakat. So when the amount that we keep in the KWSP account has reached the limit, the nisab, then we have to also pay KWSP EPF zakat. The next zakat al-mal is share zakat. Share is representing a part of ownership in a company, in a company's capital, that can lead to profit or loss. So by owning a share, we can get some wealth. So with the wealth, we are obliged to pay zakat. So that is a share zakat. The next is gold and silver zakat. So as we all know, gold and silver is a high value substances in this world. So Islam views gold and silver as a high value metal. So if we own gold and silver, we have to pay gold and silver zakat if we reach the nisab and haul. The next is livestock zakat. Livestock is we know such as cow, lamb, chicken. So this livestock is gift from Allah. So we as human beings must show our gratitude as a way to express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala by paying zakat from the livestock that we own. And last but not least, agriculture zakat. Agriculture is in Malay we call it pertanian. It is also the greatest blessings from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and it is also a trust for us to manage and benefit it, and live in the land by producing plants and fruit. So when we own the plants and fruits that we have produced, we must pay our zakat. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Adam Farhan bin Shazari. My number metric is 2019237572, and I'm from class IC 1105DA. And today I would like to present about the zakat administration procedure in Malaysia. According to the historical zakat management, there is no an official zakat procedure from the authority that manage the zakat systematically. In this time, the zakat was managed traditionally by the Islamic teacher and distribute the zakat collection to the needy. Every person just paying the zakat to the Islamic teacher per product every person. This method was not very accurate according to the rate of zakat that has been fixed in the Islamic law. Meanwhile, in the colonial era, the religions matter was managed by the king or sultan of every state in Malaysia. The body that have the mandate from the king or sultan to manage the Islamic religion matter was known as the State Council of Religion. Every state has their own State Council of Religion, have to manage about the Islamic problem, including the zakat procedure. The first state that has been establishing the State Council of Religion is the state of Kelantan. The state of Kelantan has become a role model to another state for establishing a council to administer the religious matter in their own state. This was also including the zakat procedure. In this stage, the person that have the authority to collect zakat in a village is the head village or the imam. The collected zakat was surrendered to the State Council of Religion of their own state as a source of financing for the Islamic facility to be upgraded and improved and become the benefit of all the Muslims. Even though that the zakat procedure has become more brighter than before, but unfortunately, every state has their own regulation about the zakat procedure. Zakat Collection Management Institution. The management of zakat collection was governed by the State Council of Religion in every state. In Malaysia, almost all of the State Council of Religion has established an official corporate body that have the responsibility to manage the collection and distribution of the zakat systematically. This official body has become an alternative ways to manage zakat systematically and to ensure all of the needy person get the distribution of the zakat according to their specification. The establishment of this corporate body was very significant to analyze the collection and distribution of the zakat management, to monitor the zakat collection and distribution. The state that has not established an official corporate body will surrender their zakat collection and distribution to their State Council of Religion to manage the zakat. The separation task of managing zakat was exemplified from the state of Kedah. The state of Kedah has a very unique zakat management because the authority that handling zakat will directly send their reports to His Majesty without going through the State Council of Religion. They have established the Pusat Pungutan Zakat Wilayah Persekutuan and surrender the zakat to their body management. There are several methods of payment used by the zakat institution to collecting zakat in every state in Malaysia. According to a research, there are 11 methods of payment that can be used to pay zakat in Malaysia, but unfortunately, not every state have been used all of the 11 methods. The method that have been used are the salary deduction scheme, online banking, post counter, bank counter, credit card, university counter, zakat institution counter, short messaging service which is known as SMS, auto teller machine and check.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ashraf Abdul Karim. I'm from IC 1105DA. And for my part, I'm going to present to you about the zakat fund distribution procedure. Okay, we will look through the early period of Islam, where this thing actually still done till now. Okay, there are two ways of distributions of zakat. So the first one is through Baitul Mal or Amir, where the person in charge for zakat activities from the collections to the treasury or guardian of zakats. And the second one is by the persons where they're personally searching for asnaf for this distribution of zakat funds. And the third one is zakat being distributed in the city where one lives and works, or in other terms is that the zakats being distributed where it is being paid in the same zone. Okay, this thing actually being taken from hadith of Rasulullah SAW. Okay, and the last one is the determination of 8 asnaf from Al-Quran Surah Taubah, and this thing will be present in the next part. Okay, we will look through the zakat distribution in Malaysia. Okay, there are actually two managements of zakat in Malaysia, such as for the respective state Islamic Religious Council are responsible for zakat matters, such as Kedah, where the zakat committee is being formed and reported directly under sultans, and this method is being followed by few states such as Selangor, Melaka and Pulau Pinang. Okay, the second ways of management is such as for Terengganu and Perak, where the duties are given to the Islamic Religious Council and Malay custom itself. Okay, next we will through the method of the distribution of zakat funds in Malaysia as reference for Lembaga Zakat Selangor, and this method actually also being done by other states, such as the implementation of poverty tracking squads, zakat, and the next one is zakat distributions express counter, where it being built in the states. And the third one is the appointments of Amil Karya assistants to help the works of collection for the funds and the distribution of the zakat funds being done more easily. And the fourth is the asnaf report applications, where the asnaf can ask for the zakat funds. And the last one is the report from local communities to help searching for asnaf more easily. Okay, next we will look through the determination of asnaf. There are 8 beneficiaries of zakat or asnaf that is being taken from Surah At-Taubah ayat 60. Okay, the first one is the poor or fakir. They are the persons who are unable to meet demands even at the daruriyah level. And they also have no source of properties and income, and no families to help them when they are in need. The next one is the needy or miskin. They have property and source of income, but it still cannot cover all the expenses and needs of the family. Okay. The third one is the mu'allaf or mu'allafah qulub. Okay. For mu'allaf, it is for those who have just converted to Islam, where they need help. Okay. And the mu'allafah qulub is for those who want to convert to Islam, and it to attract their hearts to embrace Islam more. And the fourth one is the amil, where the persons with authority and responsible to collect zakat funds. And zakat funds for them is 1/8 from the zakat funds, from the zakat quote itself. Okay, the next one is riqab. It is to free someone from slavery, and in the past it used to free those who are prisoners of war. Okay, the next one is fi sabilillah or jihad. It is being given to any person or party involved in any activity such as defending and preaching the religion of Islam and its benefits. Okay, and the next one is traveller in need or traveller being stranded or ibn sabil. It is persons that travelling for purpose that is approved by Sharia from any states or country where they needs assistance for their journey. Okay, the last one is person in debt or remains. It is for those who are in debt to meet the basic needs for their welfare of themselves or their families. And the matters of debt is being approved by Sharia. Okay, that's all from me. Next, we will give on to the next presenter.
Next, I will continue our presentation under the title, The Types of Fund Distribution. But before that, Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Muiz bin Mat Nasir, matrix number 2109410618 from class IC 1105DB, and now I want to present about one of the types of fund distribution. Poverty is one of the most severe concerns that developing countries are facing today. Since May 13, 1969, the Malaysian government has made this a top priority on its agenda. The government has put in place a number of laws and programs to help the community, particularly the B40 group, live a better and more comfortable life. In this regard, the Zakat institution does not trail behind when it comes to supporting Muslims in the Malaysian economy. As a result, Zakat is one of the poverty eradication techniques since it can meet asnaf's need in the form of monthly aid or capital infusions to enable people become sufficient. One of the types of fund distribution is the provision of capital to entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs among asnaf. In Malaysia, asnaf entrepreneurs are a concept that has only lately been investigated. As can be observed, not every religious authority in a given state has a separate entity that deals with zakat issues. The establishment of zakat collecting centers has contributed in the more effective management of zakat and asnaf, as well as the establishment and development of asnaf businesses. Only a few states like the Federal Territory, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan and Penang actively engage in programs aimed at assisting asnaf in becoming entrepreneurs. Since the 1990s, zakat institutions have been aiding asnaf in establishing their businesses. As a result, the zakat institution began to work toward entertaining the poverty eradication aim by implementing long-term programs, because poverty is a year-round problem that must be addressed, not just during certain seasons. There are two forms of zakat aid provided by zakat institution: productive assistance and non-productive assistance. Productive assistance is defined as cash or equipment given to the asnaf to help them improve their lives. This type of assistance is usually provided on a long-term basis. Non-productive support is given in the short term to help dependents fulfill basic needs like medical care, monthly guidance, food, rent and other basics. In an effort to transform asnaf from a non-productive to a productive group, the Zakat institution has introduced capital support for asnaf who are interested in going into the entrepreneurial sector. Its purpose is to provide capital assistance to asnaf who are interested in entrepreneurship or businesses. This advice is also useful for folks who have already started a business and want to expand. In 2004, the Negeri Sembilan Islamic Religious Council became Malaysia's first zakat organisation to do so. Other zakat institutions followed suit. including those in Selangor, the Federal Territory and Terengganu. Selangor and the Federal Territories appear to be more aggressive in implementing this program, which could be due to higher zakat collections, as well as sufficient staff resources and competence in running this Asnaf entrepreneur program.